Greetings, B-boys and B-girls. It's True Omega Son. Let's talk about word power, magnetism, and the power of visualization in hip hop, poetry in general. Now, hip hop turns 50. Look like, yeah, I'm up in age like that, so I grew up with hip hop. But here's the thing: just as expressive as the thought patterns are in hip hop, so shall the reality be. As progressive as the thought patterns in hip hop are, so as the reality will transform that world into. See, you can start off with nothing and contemplate a way to get something. You're envisioning what you want to walk into in your life, in your social existence, in your path, you know. And usually it's a story of coming up, gaining a lot of money, gaining a lot of attention, getting the physical possessions of life to help you and your family. But there's also another reality that's underlying, and it used to be a way of having balance, knowing the power of words. Now, the power of words is based in the frequency, your desire to see change, how you express these thoughts, you know, and they can come in infinite various, variations. Yet you tailor make by the certain words that you pick to form your style, to develop your flow, to create a song. You choose where you want to go with it. Now, I can leave you on a path of self-evaluation, um, full expression in reality, awareness, or it can walk you into a world of frustration. And what I mean, frustration is also paranoia, anxiety, self-destructive. That was the message that was taught by BDP, and the other artists that came along to the project, the Stop the Violence movement. You know, because it was a necessity. They knew the power of words, and they directed those words to formulate this movement. But now, a lot of that energy has been taken in, I would say, um, has been made subverse. I don't like to do the underground mainstream battles, and there's the independent artists. So, I mean, these are realities, true, but it's also a craft around it. In other words, people have made these things and put them into categories. Hip hop is hip hop, regardless of what you say about it, regardless how you feel. It's an expression of the underserved and those in the inner city striving to see something different with their lives. It's the hip, meaning the aware or the cool, and the hop is the activity. You know what I'm saying? We put it together as also b-boying and b-girling, which is breaking. You know what I mean? And it's a break from the natural flow of the status quo. It's revolutionary at heart. So when these guys put the words together when they first started, it was the whole intention to rock the party. Then after that became the intention of showing how nice that the DJ was in rocking the party. And he's going to be here, and she's going to be there. You know, this is what the master of ceremonies was to do. Put people in their places and let them know where the next big event was going to be. After that, the MC comes to the full awareness of himself being nice and, exhibiting a more advanced vocabulary from melody to storytelling to now, his voice or her voice, just being a griot. The griot is the master storyteller of the village. And it's interesting that I'm right next to the Village Voice, one of the first premier newspapers in New York, particularly in this East Side thing, doing a whole different thing. If you ever see how I patch up what used to be in the 1600s of New York, from the Bowery all the way to West Street. That's a whole nother saga for Omega Sun people, the Sun's lights. Anyway, you put these tales together to tell you what the next event was. Then you're putting all the visual uh, wants, the power of the words, putting together, making sure that the frequency matches on beat, so you can sing along, the call and response, so it becomes a chant. And these chants take form in life, so you have to watch. You have to watch and listen to what you're chanting. You have to watch the lyrics that you say and repeat after yourself. I had to catch myself on a few good lines of MCs that I like that actually went in, you know what I'm saying, with their sense to battle, and they were saying some disturbing things. You know, and this is, I know this is too poetic, you know, vibe, and you know, you get the intensity of the nature of what this artist is saying, but at the same time, those low vibrational chants and low vibrational words become a part of you. Now your duty is to try to come up out of that muck and be an alchemist in your own right to turn that negative into a positive. This is the power of words, which is also, you know, the power is neutral. You know what I mean? So that means it could come from a place of, yeah, you want to get some fortune, you want to get some reward, and we want to see how people do better, you know what I'm saying? You want to see your family do better, into, like, we have this new reality where people are saying that, you know, this is the damage I do to my block, this is the damage I do to you, you mess with me. This is going to happen if I don't get this. And now you see that they're turning those words of power to words of destruction for a profit. And that doesn't serve anybody right. So when we talking about the maturity of hip hop and what we need to go to the next levels and planes, we definitely need to understand our word power. Also the music, you gotta really get out of that 441 hertz and get into some 528, 532, 963. You know, something that can balance the harmonies of the universe, because it's like a tuning fork, right? If you ever take a tuning fork and you tap it, the vibration, you can actually hear the hum of the tuning fork, but the vibration you feel, and that gets sent off, you know, and it's infinite space. As long as there's air in the vicinity, it's going to travel through the air. You know, sound travels at 1,120 feet per second. So you're sending this message to the atmosphere through your culture, through how you walk, talk, breathe, your sensibilities, logic, your reason, from where you are. So what power are you seeking as you send your expression of life out? What power are you seeking? What power are you serving? What power are you producing? Because it's going to come back. And now it's come back in the form where it seems detrimental to the people that listen to the music now. It seems detrimental to the people that want to come up and be what is very productive in this cause, in this culture. Because they forgot, yeah, words are power. Words are powerful. And we have a magnetism to what it can create. But in the end result, there's also consequences for these realities as well. So for you to really gain a true sense of self, which is balance, you take that negative energy and forces that's around you and turn it into some positive energy, turn it into some great accomplishment and activity that others can be proud of and not shameful of. You know, on the brother side or the more aggressive side, you see a lot of violence. You hear a lot of, melee talk. On the side of the more feminine style, you see a lot of lust, a lot of deception, you know, and no shame in either one of them. So it's like they can get away with saying anything right now. You know, that's not how hip hop is going to turn 101. That's not how hip hop is going to turn 75 with that type of attitude, that type of magnetism. Of course, we need balance, you know, but we really have to take heed in order to keep this thing going, this plane of existence, rising further. We're going to have to settle it down, control our atmosphere, create a new economy within ourselves and those people that really believe in hip hop. Create a new reality within ourselves and prosper from there. These are just my thoughts on the block, sharing it, words of wealth. I hope it visits you in a good spot. The word of what's going on with the physical structure of the message. Get into the message. Get into the message. Everything else can change. Everything else can change. The truth stays the same. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. True Omega Sun. So the block repping. Subscribe to the block repping.
The Block Radio.